Yo, my people, I actually found out, like, I know who all these people are, bro. Look at this is a timeline of the world history. Don't scroll, bro. I'm about to show y'all what happened. You see the Egyptians? You see the Sumerians? Look at this. Egyptians, they're going strong. You see that? But then they got cut off. And the reason is why. You can see European Dark Ages, bro. Like, let's keep going, right? Because you want to see what happened to them, right? So you can see the transfer of power. This is where the Persians is at, the Arabs and everybody. Then you got Europeans. They just dissected our shit, right? So the blue line is Europeans, and so is the purple. Look at this. You see the purple? See Egyptian, I got cut off, now watch this purple. You see that? Boom. Look how fat it got. And as a result, you know what they did? Alexander the Snake came in here after the first Dark Age, right? Look at this. Who's this motherfucker? You got Jesus. You got Jesus up in there, bro. And guess what? Another Dark Age. As you can see, this is when America have got discovered and built. Look at this. Queen Elizabeth. They even got her up in here. Look at this. They're going to talk about the age of discovery, right? But mind you, these are the natives, Hispanics, and you have the first black people, bro. Like, I don't want to say black people, but I'm just saying so y'all understand what's taking place. Look at this, bro. Age of discovery. You see how they just, like, they just took over everything. And I'm not even making this up. Look at the omelets. We know this is in Mexico, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you want to educate yourself on these people, look up that. Look at first, the North American first people, right? Look at that. We're going right back down, and I'm trying to tell y'all, the land was stolen. Then they gave you Jesus. And then they created the Quran somewhere over here. Like, I was reading all of this, bro. So I just want to show y'all something too before I end this video. You see China? You see how we talk about a new world and how it's going to be a one world religion, one world government? Check this out real quick, right? So the Egyptians started, obviously it was the first people. I'm going to just let y'all see. This is the early Bronze Age. We got a whole bunch of ages here. But the early Bronze Age started around 333 BC. Watch this. You see this? Europeans is nowhere to be found. Where they were at was somewhere in Egypt, next to us. They haven't even been established yet. Neither has China. You see this? Egyptians. So everybody was able to see what Egyptians were doing. And then China just copied. They was able to see, oh, they're doing that, we're going to copy. But look at that. All the way until now. And you got Europeans here, over there, over here. Straight up taking over, bro. But they're trying to give it back to China.
So I'm about to blow your mind. America is actually ancient Egypt. And before you're like, whoa, what? Just listen and wait. So, why the ancient gods of Egypt are all animals indigenous to America? This dog is native to America, not Africa. The tradition of Anpu being a guide of the dead was passed from America to Africa. Here's another picture of him. You guys recognize him. And this dog is only indigenous to Mexico. So what that means is that Egypt first existed in the Americas, then was brought over to Africa. That's how old America truly is. And they are hiding this history from you because the blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics are the children of Yah. Here's another good example of this. That falcon. This is American falcon that is also an ancient god in Egypt. Here's another example of rams as the Egyptian god Khnum. I think I said that right. And it gets crazier. This is the Grand Canyon. And I want you to actually look at the Grand Canyon. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Kitty, join the party. Sorry, I got off track. But actually look at the outlines of the Grand Canyon and the structures in the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon was actually home to an Egyptian colony that an explorer stumbled upon back in 1902, I think it was. Reported it to the Smithsonian, and they covered it all up, saying it's a hoax. But you can't enter into the Grand Canyon because there's military helicopters patrolling 24/7. So, kind of gives it away that it is truth. And this is why they covered it up, because a whole Egyptian Kemetic civilization is in the Grand Canyon kept under wraps because American history will have to be rewritten. And that is the truth, because the truth is the people that were here were the Israelites, and the colonizers came in and destroyed them. It's talked about in Esdras, and how basically we were overtaken by people of a foreign nation and basically taught heathenism and kept as slaves, because that's the Deuteronomy 28 curse. Here's some other crazy stuff. This is in Utah. Look at these structures. Do you think these arches naturally appeared this way? No, these were once ancient ruins that are now weathered and super old. As you can see, somebody outlined the Grand Canyon, but you can see how these were once huge structures. And they always put the truth right in your face. It's even called Isis Temple. And this is another geological structure in Utah. But look at that. How much more obvious can it get? But honestly, start looking at your surroundings and start asking the Most High, because He's the one who got me on this rabbit trail.
It's the most corrupt nation that I have ever covered. I've been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year. Fine. So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is. Now here's America, 226 years old. You love democracy, but there in Africa, you're trying to force these people into a system of government that you just have accepted. 30 years ago, black folk got the right to vote. You're not in any moral position to tell anybody how corrupt they are. You should be quiet and let those of us who know our people go there and help them get out of that condition. But America should keep her mouth shut wherever there's a corrupt regime, as much hell as America has raised on the earth. No, I will not allow America, or you, Mr. Wallace, to condemn them as the most corrupt nation on earth when you have spilled the blood of human beings. Has Nigeria dropped an atomic bomb and killed people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Have they killed off millions of Native Americans? How dare you put yourself in that position as a moral judge? I think you should keep quiet, because with that much blood on America's hands, you have no right to speak. I will speak, because I don't have that blood on my hand. Yes, there's corruption there. Yes, there's mismanagement of resources. Yes, there is abuse. There's abuse in every nation on earth, including this one. So let's not play holy to moralize on them. Let's help them.
I'm not moralizing. I'm asking a question, and I got an answer.
Why would you put it as the most corrupt regime in the world? That doesn't make sense.
Can you think of one more corrupt?
Yeah, I'm living in one. I'm living in one.
What I'm about to show you is Muhammad Ali, in which he was being interviewed by ABC in 1976 on a program called This Day Tonight, where he was discussing why he threw his Olympic gold medal in the Ohio River. Okay, now what's interesting to note is what he says in his own words at this point of the video. I'm gonna play it.
At the time in 1958, we couldn't eat in the restaurants in Louisville. We couldn't eat downtown. One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, "Let them in, they're not Negroes."
You heard that? Now, for clarity purposes, let's play it again.
One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, "Let them in, they're not Negroes."
Okay. Now that we heard what he said loud and clear, what could be the reason why Africans will be treated differently than Negroes at that time? If we were taught that Negroes are actually the long lost descendants of Africans. Think about that.
One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, "Let them in, they're not Negroes." I said, "Something's wrong. I can't say it's because I'm black, because they're so black and they're blue," but they went in. So I said, "Well, I get my Olympic gold medal, then I'll go in." I went and got my gold medal, went back in, ordered 2 cheeseburgers, and they said, sorry, we don't serve Negroes. I said, I don't eat them either, just give me 2 cheeseburgers. And she said, you getting smart. She called the manager, and he said something about, I don't care who he is. She said, Cassius Clay, I don't care who he is. Anyway, the motorcycle gang came in, and we had this fight you read, but the idea was I couldn't eat there, so I got so angry.
This would stun anybody who's not used to hearing that we have no direct relation to Africans as far as genealogy is concerned. By the way, that also includes our direct bloodline. You know, how they like to say that a genealogy DNA test can determine our historical genetic makeup by bloodline. Now, if you think about the scenario that Muhammad Ali just described, you would know that the Negroes of America are totally different from any other people from another continent, even if they do share the same skin complexion. And this also exposes that racism had nothing to do with a person's skin tone in general, because it was strictly based on a person's status with this U.S. government. Meaning whatever the government chooses for Negroes is how it ought to be, under the color of their laws. And that's not right, is it? I mean, they could tell a difference between a Negro and an African, but you can't.
It prevents entities from entering and entities from leaving. So these spaceships that a lot of people are seeing now, these spaceships are coming from beyond what's behind Antarctica. Because there's a whole lot of fucking land out there that they don't tell us about. Because if they told us about it, the one world currency would crash. Period. Because there's so much natural resources out there. The whole global elite oppressive system, the way they monetize the way of you living will come to a fucking end. That's why they don't come out and just be like, yeah, there's more land behind Antarctica, and there is a giant fucking hole leading into inner-earth civilization. Imperfect thought, she said, Waldo said, can you go more into detail about the imperfect thought that creates Yahweh? Well, if you look back into the Gnostic teachings, they teach you that the universal mind was connected. And the entity, the entity wisdom decided to have an independent thought. Without her counterpart, the divine masculine energy, an imperfect thought was created called a demiurge. The demiurge created the physical world that we are experiencing and this universe. That's why they say, you know what I'm saying, the God of the Bible is Satan. They say he's the same entity.
I've heard that.
And that's another thing y'all gotta understand, like, Satan is a group of extraterrestrials that literally, a group of Anunnaki that broke away from Enki and Enlil. Because the agreement between Enki and Enlil was, you know, every time we see that man has an adversary, they grow stronger, they evolve. So this was allowed to happen because the more you push us into a corner, the more we're gonna evolve out of it. Dragon Ball Z, all these anime TV shows, they based on what your soul can do. This shit's real. What do I feel about natural disasters around the world? That's Mother Earth resetting herself. You gotta think they hijacked her. She's trying to make her climate go back to the way it once was. That way we can start talking to trees and shit again. The animals can start voicing their opinions.
Wait, what?
She's shaking off anything that's vibrating low. Real shit. Hell yeah, come on back until you know what it is. My account been under so much scrutiny, I can't even smoke on live. If I do spark up, I'm gonna have to be over here with it. Because I don't trust them. They're trying to ban me from speaking oneness. Because it affects the world and the oppressive system that they have built. Yep. Brian, what's up, my boy? How you doing? Hopefully you vibrating high, young guy. And that comment's probably old because it tells me I got 83 new messages, so I'm very slow on getting to these comments, y'all. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm trying to hit everything on the head. I'm trying to communicate with everybody. So I was assigned to go get your membership at Planet Fitness. We do this. Let's go. This is how you build a temple. Physical meditation is a great tool to shredding the egoic mind. Period. A beautiful tool to shredding the egoic mind. You said about the moon. The moon is a satellite in a battleship. The moon is ancient technology. The moon literally observes everything that's going on this planet. You could say the moon might be the Akashic record. Real shit. But it also said that while the sun gives life, the moon drains it. That's why a lot of women, their menstrual cycles follows the phases of the moon, because the low vibrational frequencies that the moon is sending out is not sitting well with your temple. So your temple has to fight it off, and that causes bleeding.
Wait, what?
You get out of the soul trap, family, by realizing that you have the spark of the Most High God in you. That's how you get out of the soul trap. You start awakening your consciousness. You start taking the information. You start helping people ascend to a higher level of consciousness. You start to elevate your soul. Fuck what you're doing here in the physical. If you're not doing anything here in the physical that helps somebody else on a spiritual level, I highly suggest that you start, and you'll see how the universe grants you divine protection. Peace and love to everybody. Yes, we are in school. Immortal Tone, how you doing, my man? Hopefully you're doing good today, young God. They tell us the truth from Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty is a very deep show. It exposes a lot of the truth. Real deal, it exposes a lot of truth. Somebody trying to call me right now.
Understand a lot of these spiritual mentors are saying, raise your vibrations. But you got all this chaos going on. That's easier said than done. It takes work. It ain't no let me just do it. It's like, no, you're gonna have to really put in the effort, be conscious of it, and tap in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real talk.
We back. 144,000, Brian. You know what's up, my man. You know what's up. That time is now. Anybody on this live can be a part of that 144,000. All you gotta do is start doing your necessary research to enlighten your consciousness mind. Be the light, literally. That's what Jesus told you, right? Be the light. Jinn blood. D-J-I-N-N. Jinn blood. The jinns in Islamic culture were said to have been made on... Angels were said to be made on a Wednesday. The jinn were said to be made on a Thursday. And humans were said to be made on a Friday. The jinn were said to be made from smokeless fire. They can shapeshift. They can come to you as animals. A lot of people call jinns like rakes, wendigos, skinwalkers. Same shit.
Different names. That's why they.
What are you doing? You constantly feel like you're being attacked by spirits. You take on the armor of God. Real shit. Start saying affirmations. Start meditating. Tell these spirits that are affecting your energy that they're not welcome. They're not welcome to affect your energy. You don't give them permission to even be around your aura. Damn. Scroll says she's in New Zealand. They took out an entire plane of tourists flying over the same... What? Man, I'm telling you, that's how they control people. Hop on a plane right now and try to fly beyond Antarctica. They're going to shoot your ass down. Why? Why can't I hop on a plane and go beyond what's back there? If I decide to go back beyond what's back there and meet my own demise, what? Why are you so worried about it? Why you gotta shoot me down out of the sky? There's something back there they don't want y'all to see, people. Whole civilizations back there they don't want y'all to see.
That was
Celia, she said, forgive those who hurt you, forgive yourself, love yourself, set boundaries. Exactly. Before the Bible was turned into a physical, that's what the message of Jesus stood for. What did he say? Love conquers all. Because love is the highest vibration. Back to the beginning. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration.
love.
But it's bullshit, bro. So all these world elite came together because they saw what the fuck was back there, and they're like, yeah, your citizens can't go here, my citizens can't go there, your citizens can't go there, his citizens can't go there. Come on, man. It's the truth. They're oppressing the truth in the origins of this realm.
Hidden in the mannequin.
Immortal Tone, hell yeah, grow your locks out. Because when my higher self came to me, I had a fade, waves. When my higher self came to me, hair draping. And I was fascinated, bro. Literally fascinated. You talk about looking at yourself, but a giant version of you. 10, 11 feet tall. Anunnaki. Yeah, 100% real. peace to everybody in here on the live. I appreciate it. We got 81 people in here, 14,000 likes. Y'all are the goats. Y'all are the goats. Y'all gonna make sure this message and shit get out. So if they blackball me on TikTok, y'all already know what I'm standing for. I'm preaching oneness. I'm preaching oneness, and I hope y'all gonna continue to do the same. I hope that some of y'all got so much fucking knowledge and information. Some of y'all are wise beyond your time. What are you doing with it though? What content are you creating to shed light on the information that you have? The time is now, people. We are going to save ourselves. Nothing is coming for us. We are sleeping right now. God essentially is sleeping right now. And the moment we wake up as a collective mind,
I say that all the time.
that's the moment this bullshit nightmare comes to an end.
This is one of the programs of human hijack that's been taking over this planet. You know, it's like a lot of people in the UFO movement ran around looking for spaceships saying, I think we're being invaded, I think we're being invaded. Where are they? Where are they? Try the New Age movement. They're not coming from outside this way. They're coming from inside this way. They're teaching us technologies to zap ourselves. We have implants in our bodies that correspond to the 4 black hearts of Metatron. We have a whole bunch of other messes. These are the blockages in our DNA template that keep us fragmented where we can't remember anything. That's why we're once an evolved race that was like avatars that knew how to go through stargates at will and all that. We used to have that natural protection, the flames in our field. That was all taken away because of the Nibiruan electrostatic transduction field that's run through the beast apparatus, which is a whole bunch of apparatus. There's energy sucking tubes, there's energy throwing tubes. What it creates is electrostatic fields that block the natural function of our radio bodies. It shuts off the Rheon field's ability to flow into the manifest systems here. And it reverses where we are supposed to have a trion field, light field on the outside, Miage field, sound field on the inside, and then an Eros. It reverses the outside to become a Miage field. Miage corresponds to sound, corresponds to vibration, corresponds to magnetism. Pulling field. Now normally you have the pulling field here and a transmitting field here. We transmit out into the world. That's what a normal being does in a normal matrix. What they've created is an energy vampire, where literally they're anything in that matrix, anything right now, 2/3 of us are like this, 2/3 of our bodies function on this, where we are literally have our trion Miage field inside out. We are sucking energy from our environment. We're sucking it in to this part that used to be our Eros, but in the mutated part of our light bodies, and the planet's light body, and the universe's light body, this is not Eros at the moment. It is an artificially thrown in frequency of D8. It's gold color. It's a D8 gold. It is a mana energy, what they call the mana energy. And this is what they're hijacking to feed their system. So they've created a shadow in us by breaking off part of our template and throwing it over into reversal so they can link directly through with feeding tubes. And what they want to do through those tubes is eventually open the tubes up and roll the whole thing in. We're in the middle of that drama right now. This drama is very, very old. What this is going to turn into, I couldn't tell you quite yet. All I know is we're on Plan B.